The trust I have in them is, doesn't really have to be said. It's really understood.
So you launched this as quarterback, but they're building around you.
It's been exciting to see, right?
How's that feeling? Like, what do you think that they set you
making
up
each
for
other
success?
better?
Yeah, it's cool. Coach B and Lenny,
Really good.
kind of what their role is to build the players' strengths. And, me being in the quarterback role, they're going to do that. They voiced that to me, and whatever those strengths are, they're going to play into it, obviously, for our success. And it's really cool to be in that position as a quarterback and to kind of see the pieces fit around you. But ultimately, I just want to do my job as everybody else does. So whether that's distributing the ball, managing a game, or taking big shots, or making big runs, whatever I need to do, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability.
Ask about the new guys. How about the returning guys? What kind of development have you seen from those returning guys?
Yeah, a lot of great leadership. Kind of starting off with Pat Bryant, obviously represented us at Media Day and has been an incredible leader for that room and a guy that everybody looks to. Not even on the field, but throughout the offseason in the weight room, his work ethic, the way he approaches his day-to-day life every single day, and he's due for a big one, a big season. And already in 2 days, we've connected a few times in the end zone. So I'm just looking forward to being a good quarterback for him, getting him the ball, and to see his success. And so many other guys too. Obviously, we had a lot of different receivers out there, a lot of newer guys, lost some good guys, and up front, the leadership of Josh Cruz, Zach Chrysler, Geske, and some other guys, Hunter White and Eggman, have really been cool to see them all compete, see them all kind of take steps in kind of year 2, maybe year 3 in their starting roles. So those guys are confident, as they should be, and I'm glad to be back there with them, and obviously the backs too, and some of the tight ends like Tanner Arkin, Henry Boyer have done incredible and are super confident in their roles. And you got McCray, Fagan, Aiden Lawford, Jordan Anderson, who are taking big strides, and guys who are going to get downhill and run around you and pass protect, do all those things. So I'm surrounded by a lot of great talent. I think it's up to me to kind of do my job, be in my role, and be a great leader, and distribute the ball where it needs to be distributed.
You talked about the competitiveness in these sessions, and the respect that it also commands from these different guys. Can you kind of talk about why that's so important to have that competitive nature between your receivers, as well as the want to compete against each other for a spot in order to make an impact?
Yeah, I mean that's what camp's all about. Really, is competition. Seeing who's going to be the 11 out there or in that rotation. When that first snap comes in week 1. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here, to be able to compete against one another. Obviously, we're on the same team, but so much growth happens through competing. I've experienced it. Where I was at, and every single day I'm competing with myself, but obviously my peers too, and you get so much better from it. When your back's against the wall is when the guy next to you is making a lot of plays. You got to step up and go match him, and once you do that, you just grow and grow and grow physically, mentally, and I think it really helps you later on in life too. Obviously, I haven't experienced that, but I know it will, and it's really cool to see.
How was Zakari? I don't know how much he's been able to work with you guys, but what have you stood out about him? What do you think he adds to that group?
Yeah, so we've only had 2 days out there with him on the field, so still learning about his game. In the summer we had some throw-in sessions a little bit, and obviously has a lot of film too to kind of speak for itself.
What did you think of that?
Pretty electric. Guy who go make contested catches, catch and run guy, possession guy, great route runner. Kind of has the full package, and like I said, his yards, his receiving yards, his production speaks for itself. So I've had 2 days out there with him. He's already made a lot of plays, and just brings a savviness that is unique to the game because of his experience, and his wiggle, his shift is really unique and really cool. And I was able to kind of live with him for 2 weeks when he first got here too. So being able to kind of connect with him and kind of grow a friendship was really cool, and I think was necessary. So I'm excited to watch him go do what he does this year.
What was he like as roommate?
Oh, he's a really cool dude. He's an older guy, so he kind of kept to himself, but We had a lot of fun, and I think he's taken over my spot. I moved in with Cole Rusk, so he took over my spot, and he likes living alone. I know that, but he's awesome.
You said you're looser this year. What's the difference between a looser mindset versus a, I guess, tighter mindset from last year?
Yeah, I think looking back on last year, I think at times, kind of as the season progressed, I got a little hesitant. With my decision making and being afraid to make mistakes sometimes, and I think that was a product of me being in my first year, kind of Illinois coming off a really, really big year 2 years ago, and me being in that role, wanting to match that and even do better with all the talent that we had. I was kind of tense and kind of nervous at times to make mistakes, and I feel like this year with the help that I've had through Jason Everson and some of the counselors here, the mental side of my life and the game and the tools that I've obtained have really flourished and come into fruition out there on the field in 2 days. And I can see it when I turn on the film, and I can feel it when I'm on the field. Just like I said, the looseness, the confidence that I have out there, just in my walk and my talk and what I'm doing, and I'm really excited. I'm really confident for a really big year, and I really believe that.
You feel like your coaches too have supported you towards that to, I guess, give you freedom to fail, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean they support me fully to go cut it loose. Coach Lunny, he dials it up. He's one of maybe, if not the best I've been around, and calling plays, and he's going to push the ball downfield. Ask me to throw it in tight windows, and obviously we want to play it with controlled aggression. Sure. At all times, but there's tight windows and there's plays to be made out there on that field, and if I make a mistake out there once, and he'll be able to live with it because I'm out there being my most confident self and knowing that I'm not afraid to make a mistake, and you can't play this game being hesitant, timid, and I think that's what they're looking for me to be in year 2.
Barry talked about just your comfort within the offense, having a full season under your belt. How much does that help you in maybe every other aspect of being the quarterback of a football team?
Yeah, it's unique. It's my first time in my 4 years having a back-to-back coordinator. So this is kind of my first time kind of really experience it going into camp, and I can just see it come to life, the comfort that I have out there, man, and the plays that we're running, the protections that we're scheming up, the run game, and understanding what he wants to accomplish as a play caller, as a coordinator, as our leader, and being able to understand kind of his mindset, within a call, what he's looking for within a call, and to be able to execute that is, just a huge advantage to kind of play and to kind of get inside his mind of why he's calling this play or why he's putting me in this position as an offense, where he thinks his ball should go, type things, and this coverage, whatever, and this look. I can really understand that, and I can see that coming to fruition in kind of year 2.
You mentioned Malik and Kanari obviously stepping into bigger roles. How have you seen them kind of progress since the spring when they got a ton of reps with you guys?
Yeah, just like me, I think just more comfort, man. 2 guys who were kind of just learning last year, who played a little bit and did some good things for us. But those guys are flying around. They're playing fast because they're pretty comfortable, not just on the field, but with the people around them, their teammates, man. They're great people. They have great spirits. Every single day they come in, they make me smile. When things may be hard outside or whatever, man, they pick me up, and that spirit carries out onto the field with their speed, their abilities, and they're going to be asked to be put in big roles this year, and as they should. They're ready for that moment.
That comfort, that looseness that you talked about, when did you first start feeling that? Like, could it only be done in spring ball, or did you feel like in maybe other aspects of your life away from football it translated into the spring?
Yeah, well, I talked about it a little bit, man, the help that, I wouldn't say the help, but just kind of, the ability to, or the moments of kind of hardship and suffering of last year were, provided a lot of perspective for me, provided, and helped me understand that I needed to kind of grow my mental side of my life in this game, because it can be really taxing. There's a lot of people out there who You say you can't do this, say you can't do that. They call you a lot of bad names, and it can be tough. And as the first year of a starter, I kind of realized that, and it held me back in a lot of ways. And kind of going into this year, 2024, man, I really sought after that help with, like I said, Jason Epperson, who's the preacher of CU Church, who's incredible, who's in our building almost every single day, and being able to kind of grow my faith with him and help me on the mental side of the game. And even some of our, sports psychologists here at the University of Illinois, man, they've been an incredible help. I've even referenced some of my teammates to those guys who have reached out to them. But ultimately, being able to get back on the field is, when I kind of really first experienced kind of that new confidence, the tools that I've learned from Jason, the sports psychologist, to kind of help me understand the mindset that I needed to have to go out there to be able to execute and to be able to be free. It really helps me, and that's a daily thing. I'm still with those guys and daily, and I can see that coming to fruition out in the field. I feel loose. I feel mindless. I just feel kind of great in space and really comfortable.
This is definitely a pivot, but have you played the college football game much?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I grew up playing it as everybody did, obviously, with and just dreamed about one day being in the game, and so it's super unique, obviously an opportunity, and but yeah, a lot of competitions between my friends and wanting to play as me, play against me, just to beat up on me or whatever. But it's been fun. As you guys can imagine, seeing yourself on a game is incredible. But I'm trying to boost that rating week by week, I guess. But no, it's cool. It's awesome.
What did you think about your initial ranking?
The rating? No, it's too low. But not worried about it. The one thing I was worried about was the speed. We have two quarterbacks in the room who are faster than me on the game, and that's just not true. And to be that low is a shame. It's bad.
Is Donovan faster?
No way.
Okay.
No way.
You talk about playing grown up, but if that was the same game now, it just would have been QB number 9. Just see Luke Altmyer, and kind of your face. It's
yeah, no, that scan is bad too. But yeah, being able to choose your favorite team is Illinois and seeing kind of the cover picture being me is crazy. It's kind of is a shocking kind of deal. Reflecting on kind of your football background and seeing where you came from to now is kind of allows you to sit back and be thankful for those things. And I don't know, it's super cool.
Brett's praised the depth in the room for quarterbacks, particularly Donovan. How have you seen him progress?
Yeah, he's been incredible. Every single day, like I said, we were talking about competing earlier. This is what camp's about, man. We compete. He's a guy who makes plays out there, who has a great arm and a great mind for the game, and he executes. And I know if he were to go out there and play 12 weeks of football, he would go win some games for us, win a lot of games for us. And he's been incredible in the meeting room, in the field, in the weight room. His leadership. Like I said, I feel loose. He's loose out there too, and he's growing every single day. He's going to be a great player one day.
Luke, everybody leads differently. How have you learned to lead this team?
Yeah, it's unique. Kind of where I've been at, and where I am now, man. Totally different teams. Two teams who respond differently to different ways of leadership, whether it's vocally or just an intensity that is unmatched, man. And I think ultimately the best leadership is a servant, a guy, and that comes from my faith, obviously, but a guy who will give the shirt off his back to his teammate and let them know that, whether it's through vocally or on the field, and the intensity that you bring or whatever it is. But man, kind of my thing is, man, go out there and love every single day. Connect individually with somebody every single day, and they'll pick up on that. They'll notice that, and whenever you speak, they'll listen, I think.
Luke, when we got Pat last week at Indy, he said that he was watching you at the end of the year when you were QB2 in practice. And did you kind of get that notice or feeling that a lot of guys in this locker room are watching how I'm going to react to this? And he kind of said at Indy that was when I knew next year I could really, really buy into what he was going to do.
Yeah, I knew. The quarterback position is obviously a position that – you know, everybody in the program, everybody, all the fans are gonna be looking at, whether that's, you know, a new starter, a new backup, a guy who was starting for 9 weeks and is now, you know, in the backup role. Like, that didn't go unnoticed. So, you know, I kind of had that in the back of my mind, and man, I just try to approach every single day the game. You know, every single day is you know, the same guy, to be dependable. And you knew that, you know, I was preparing to go play. And although it was really, really hard, it's something that I didn't want. But, you know, I think, like I said, it was what I needed. And I knew God was, you know, really planning me to really flourish in this time. And, you know, ultimately, like I've always said, man, my teammates mean the most to me. And if I went out there pouting and, you know, kind of hanging my head, they would notice that. Like I said, with, you know, the position I'm in. Yeah, even though it was hard, sometimes I had to force it in a lot of ways, but at the same time, man, like, I'm out there for those guys and to be an encourager and to be a good leader.